he could control me. This rage inside my heart.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Blazing here, coming at you with a brand new video, and it's your most awaited video that I know you guys have been waiting for over a year. That is bringing back the tier list video, and I'm finally doing that. So right off the bat, just a quick reminder of how I do my tier list videos. The beginning half of the video is going to be for my Race World First predictions, what kind of think Liquid Echo Method are going to be playing tank-wise. The second half of the video, remember, that is going to be for those looking to get into cutting-edge rating, kind of what you want to be playing, and what's the easiest tanks to play. All right, so let's go ahead and kick it off and get right off into it. Here we go. I'll be talking about the pinnacle of Mythic Raid tanking, ones that we have seen the hands of Noah play, Andybrew, Scott, Atlas, and the list goes on. This tank has a history of cheesy mechanics, Durna, Dathia, Mythic Razagath, Mythic Jeller. It has seen a history, even on Mythic Anduin. It has seen a history of being able to handle mechanics, cheese mechanics, and be the top tank in Race World First for many years. And that is going to be the Giga Chad one and only Blood Death Knight. This tank, I guarantee you, we will see it played in the Race World First in some format if we don't see it on every single boss, okay? There it is. So my prediction is one of the three guilds, they will be running this tank on every single boss. Just because all the changes that they made to the tank regarding its tier set, it is in a very, very good spot. Next, we're going to be talking about the Vineyards Demon Hunter. Vineyards Demon Hunter is also... it's kind of up there in the air right now, if it's kind of be played or not. I think it's not going to be played, but if it is played, it's going to be a decent pick. And the reasoning for that is because Havoc is so strong. I just don't really see it as an actual tank that will be played in the Race World First, but you might see it brought in on one or a few bosses if they need the AoE Silence or AoE Fear on like Mythic Fire Rack, if there's the secret phase where as it needs to kick or silence, okay? Next would be Protection Paladin. That is going to be in the Giga Chad tier. This tank brings a ton of utility that we've seen over the years, whether it's Mythic Sark with being able to immune with spell warding, whether that's, Divine Shielding, Mythic Razagath when she does a breath, being able to immune that. We have seen it used countless times to cheese mechanics as well, just like Blood DK. And it's just been a very, very strong tank over the years, and that's why it's going to be that Giga Chad tank. I truly do believe we'll see probably a combination of Blood DK with Protection Pally played on Tuesday in about a few days, okay? Next, we'll be talking about Brewmaster. Brewmaster, I'm going to go ahead and keep it in that B tier. The reasoning for why it's not in the Giga Chad tier like it normally is because Mistweaver is so strong. Mistweaver will be brought to the Race World First, and that's going to kind of leave Brewmaster down in that kind of B tier where we might see it, we might not. It's just kind of depending on the guild if they're going to be running Mistweaver or if they aren't. If they aren't running Mistweaver, you will see Brewmaster because obviously Windwalker is uninstalled. Next, we're going to be talking about Bear. Bear tank and Protection Pally. I'm not going to waste too much time here, guys. Frankly, it's not going to be played in the Race World First. I'll be 100% honest with you. I keep saying it last year, the year before that, I keep saying, oh, Bear, it's the season of the Bear. No, it never is, never will be. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Blood Death Knight and Protection Paladin time. Race World First on Tuesday, we will see a Blood DK, and at least one of the guilds, we will see a Protection Paladin. Anyways, guys, that is the end of my kind of Race World First predictions. I'm really, really excited to watch Liquid Echo, watch Scott, Andybrew, and now is retired now. But all these guys come in and play, especially Meeres. I got to talk to him a little bit about BlizzCon. He got me pretty hyped about tanking. So I'm pretty excited to watch the Race World First on Tuesday and see what these tanks actually end up playing and see if I was trolled or not at BlizzCon, okay? But anyhow, that is it for the Race World First predictions. We're going to go ahead and turn over now. If you are leaving this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. We are now turning it over into what I kind of recommend new players to kind of play tanking. If this is your first time trying to get cutting edge, or you're a DPS player that now your raid leader is forcing you on to tank because you kicked your last tank, okay? So we're going to kind of get off into it real quick. I'm going to reset the list here. And let's kind of get started. Right off the bat, I'm going to be putting Blood DK in the S tier. And the reason for that is, it is Giga Chad. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you. You're not going to die. You're a blood transfusion and a half. You don't have to rely on your healers that are probably trolling you. You don't have to rely on any of that. You're self-independent. You keep yourself alive. On top of that, if you are struggling to live, you can run Rune Tap. You have IBF, Lichborn, AMZ. I mean, the list goes on. There's endless amount of things that you can do to keep yourself alive, and you bring a cheat death on yourself with Purgatory. If you're watching, you're on your other monitor, you got, the Blue-Eyed Samurai on Netflix. It just came out. You're over here watching that. You're tanking the raid. You got music blasting. You can't even hear the raid leader, and you miss a tank swap and you die, or your other tank, he screws you over and he misses a tank swap. Oh! Guess what? Who cares? Whatever. Who cares? Purgatory pops, Cocoon, TD, and GS all go on you at the same time because healers forget to extend their externals. They all send it on you at the same time. Next thing you know, 100% HP. Who cares, right? So, Bloody K is going to be in the S tier. Next S tier for players looking to get into tanking is going to be Vintage Demon Hunter. This tank is simple. Keep Demon Spikes up. If you're about to die, click Meta. Next tank mechanic coming out, click Fail Devastation. If not, you just click your little brand, put it on the boss, you're chilling. Click Fiery Brand when it comes off cooldown. That is it. Ensure you have Demon Spikes up at all times, and you will be okay. And if you do mess up, you fall asleep because you're watching another anime, you're on Crunchyroll, you're on Netflix, you're on Amazon Prime, whatever the case is, and you start getting trucked, and you fall asleep because you're watching a TV show or your music's too loud, guess what? Who cares? You have Last Resort at procs, oh well. And guess what? If you're really falling asleep, you run the Chi Death Trinket and Last Resort. Who cares? You're not going to die. It's fine. So for that reason, Vintage Demon Hunter is going to be the S tier. And a lot of times lower in guilds, guys, sometimes they don't have a Havoc Demon Hunter. So you bring a raid buff is really good if you're trying to get into a raid spot, okay? So I highly recommend that you look at playing Vintage Demon Hunter if you're looking to get into tanking. Also, they're kind of good at Mythic Plus. Next, we're going to be talking about Brewmaster, I'm going to go ahead and put in the A tier. A lot of lower end guilds, they don't have a Mistweaver available to them. So a lot of times that's where you can play Brewmaster. You can kind of bring that Mystic Touch debuff and kind of bring whatever that guild's missing to secure that raid spot. Also on top of that, they are a little bit more complicated than played than the other two, but it's okay. You can kind of make it work. There's a lot of keybinds, so if you don't have like MMO mouse or you don't like going crazy all over your keyboard, I kind of don't recommend playing this tank. I highly recommend playing Vintage Demon Hunter. It's way less keybinds. So for that reason, I am going to be putting in that kind of A tier because of how many keybinds it has. And obviously, doing the little bit complicated rotation it has is a little bit more complicated than the other ones. So it's going to be that A tier. Next, we're going to go ahead and get off and talk to, we're going to be talking about Protection Warrior and Guardian Druid. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about these tanks. And the reason for that is because of player perception. Historically, Bear Druid has always been really troll for your raid. They've never been able to cheese anything ever. They've just been a meme, honestly. The only guild that successfully runs it tier after tier is a guild, honestly. And that's because their bear tank is a legend. And honestly, as a new player getting into tanking, there's no reason to stress your guild out and force them into trying to change the whole comp around because you just don't want to play Bloody K, okay? You're not going to cheese anything. There's nothing special that the Guardian Druid brings that the other tanks will not. And you already have a Boomkin, so you don't need the raid buff. Warrior, same thing. Every low-end guild in the game has a warrior in there. Whether it's Fury or Arms, there's a warrior in there, okay? So you don't really need to worry about a Battle Shout or Rally Cry. So it's kind of going to be in a C tier. Next, we'll be talking about Protection Paladin. Protection Paladin is in that despair. Listen to me right now. I'm going to be 100% real with you. New players and tank players, if you're a veteran tank, you're watching this video, 100% do not play this tank. If you're new to tanking and you're getting into tanking, do not play it. It is terrible for new players. And I'm going to kind of break it down why. You have to look at your raid frames. Okay? The other tanks, you don't care about anyone else but yourself and staying alive. This tank, the raid leader is probably going to assign you things. He's probably going to assign you a sack. He's probably going to say, hey, can you sack this guy at this time? He's dying. Hey, the other tank is going to ask you for, hey, man, can you sack me at this moment? This is kind of where I don't have anything coming up. Screw the other tank, man. Play something. You don't have to worry about other people. What the hell? Worry about yourself. Anyways, But you have Consecrate as well. It's the worst mastery ever designed in the game. So you're going to move the boss. You're going to be out of your Consecrate. You're going to forget that that previous Consecrate you just dropped is your Empowered Consecrate. You're going to move out of it. All your damage goes down the drain, and now you're getting sent to oblivion because the boss punches you so hard in the throat that you just fall over and your Ardent Defender procs, and now you're screwed. Okay? Also, on top of that, you're going to be, a lot of times, you're going to be kind of like trying to parse or try and deal damage, and you have to drop Sentinel and run Avenging Crusader, which makes you pretty much lose all your defensives. And now you're going to be over there trying to kill a boss, trying to parse, or whatever the case is, and you're going to be dying a lot. And your Rayleigh's going to get pissed, and you're going to get kicked, okay? So, for new players, I highly recommend you stay away from this tank. Oh, don't forget there's one more thing. You're going to forget that you don't have Last Stand on, and you're going to pop Divine Shield, and then the boss is going to melee the closest, he's going to melee the closest melee, he's going to die, and then you're going to get G-kicked after most likely, okay? So, new players, stay away from Protection Paladin. It's a bait. There's too much stuff that you're trying to worry about, manage between Shield of Righteous uptime, Consecration uptime, standing in Consecrate. There is too much stuff for you to worry about. Just play the other tanks that just have to worry about yourself, and you're going to have a great time. And also, you can watch Netflix and do other things while tanking. Protection Paladin, you're going to be trying to watch a show, and you're going to die middle of the raid because you're not going to be able to survive a tank hit if you're not watching your SLTR uptime and your Consecrate uptime, because your TMI intake is extremely high. All right, so that's kind of this is my tier list, guys, for 10.2 and what tanks I recommend new players to play. This is the list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and a comment down below of kind of your thoughts, kind of what tanks you're going to be looking at playing in 10.2. and what you kind of predict for the race to world first. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I deeply appreciate all your love and support, and all the people that said hi to me at BlizzCon. Thank you so much. Anyways, guys, peace out. Take care. Deuces.